Hi everyone, might be a bit noisier than usual while the heater warms up the workshop a little bit, but yep, I'm back and time to look at replacing the sills themselves on the car. The last videos ended with me doing one side on the inner sills and some repairs at the back. We are now at a position where the other side is now up to the same stage and I've tilted it and just give it a quick check over, so we're just about ready to actually cut off the sill. That's after I clear up the inevitable carnage. Now this is almost a constant job, cleaning up this stuff, dust, muck, under seal, you name it, but you've got to keep on top of it. And of course, especially at home, you don't want it actually ending up in the house, so constant clean-up. The stuff gets everywhere and nowhere you really expect it to be. So if you give me a minute to do a bit of tidying up, we'll get on to removing the sills. Okay, that's a bit of tidying up done. But levelling up, all the braces are back under the car and brought up so that it's in contact with the shell. So there is very little flex in the shell. Plus we still have the bracing inside. Door alignment and gaps all the way around, even with the door free. Yep, and yes, it will droop when there's glass in it, but we can adjust that then. What we're looking for at the moment is just lining it up. So here we have it, and I can see there's a small dent in the bottom of the door, so that'll need to get dollied out a little bit, but other than that, the door's straight. Now, one of the things that you'll notice is that the original sill is still on. I didn't actually take it off because it does add a bit of rigidity. Now, this had a cover sill on it, so as you'll see, it's been soldered in along here. I've removed it, but now we need to remove this piece. To remove this piece, we've got several sections to do. We've got some spot welds here. We've got some spot welds here, which is 3 skins thick. You have the outer skin here, which forms part of the A-post. You have the middle sill itself, and then you have another skin here at the other side. This is only 2 thick, is the inner sill. The middle sill, should I say, attaches along here, where you can see where the welds have came through. Now, there is also behind here, you'll probably see by attachment that goes up, a lot of the sill attachment is hidden behind this panel, so we need to get in to drill those out. So we're looking to take away the wing roughly up to here. Now there is a repair panel for this from Express Panels, and it does come up to roughly around about here. At the moment I'm not too fussy how much of this I'm going to cut away, because it's rotted and I'm replacing the whole wing, and same with the front. But generally that's roughly where the repair panel will come to, so you need to bear that in mind unless you want to do a piece to fill in the gap. But certainly if you go to replace the sills, you'll need the cover section for this, as this isn't actually your sill. Now we have to do the same the other side. The repair section for this side from the Express Panels is actually up to about here. So it's a much more generous piece, but as you see it covers most of what you would find rotted. But as per the back, this is really a cover for the sill because it comes along and steps in, which you'll see once we go to replace it. So I'm going to start cutting away these sections and expose them and let you have a closer look. Now here we go. As you can see, the sill is also attached all the way along here, which is a frame underneath the outside of your door pocket. It dips down inside there, and as you can see is attached here. Need to do some small repairs, and it's a similar case but slightly more complex at the front, as the bottom section of the A-pillar, when it comes down, meets the sill. And you can see the remainder of it here. So we need to get this section here out. So what I'm going to do, small spot and things here, is I'm going to take this out in sections. The easiest one, of course, being the large middle section, and I'm going to do that the same style as I did with removing the middle sill, whereas I'm going to cut straight up here and down, take away as much as I can and just leave one flat section to remove, as I can grind down the spot welds one piece at a time, or only drill them part of the way to weaken them and then peel them off and break them as I did before, which just leaves these to fight with, which is only really 1, 2, 3, they have to have a misaligned spot weld here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and these two, and that lot should just come out. I can barely see the spot welds in the top. That looks like one, that looks like one, so if we're lucky there is only a couple. So time to start cutting and see where we end up. And there we have part of the sill removed, and gives us great access to here. So for me it's actually worth taking the time to take that out. Then this can literally be rolled like a, well, it used to be like a kind of spam. Now when I came to this section, I once again cut out, just let me reassemble it. There you go. This is the section that normally lived underneath here. So as you'll see, what I've done is I've cut along, and rather than try and drill and find out where the spot welds were on top, I've actually bent it down, and it gives a good rock as long as you can get the bit along here removed and the spot welds snap. Not guaranteed to work all the time, but certainly 3 times out of 4 it's made removing this bit without drilling the crap out of this much easier. We will need to drill a couple of holes here, but we don't have to make them so violent, and that leaves a little bit up here. Now that usually is only spotted into here. Unfortunately what I'll have to do is I'm having to repair this. As we can see, it's rotten down to here, so I'll need to make a repair piece. So when I cut this out, that'll give me good access for in there. Get these drilled out, and then we can start the tedious work of going along this lot. Happy days. And there we have it. That's the remnants of the outer sill removed. All of the part inside here is now detached apart from this bit, so we'll be on to that next. Same process as I did before. Multiple drills, not too deep. Small chisel behind it, peel it off like the edge I can, bit at a time, off it comes. If I tried to do that in one go, it'd have been a lot harder to do with the return on the sleeve, and I couldn't pull at the same time as drilling them out. So there we go, and I don't need to cut into this at the moment. There was an indent of a spot weld, so it looks as though they just missed it on this one. Probably not be so lucky at the other side. So I think we do the same procedure all along here, and that's going to take me longer than the 5 minutes it did to take the back bit off.